I'm going real subtle today, you guys. Real subtle. Hi everybody, it's Sam here with 50 Seconds of Shade on Project Runway because there's no more RuPaul's Drag Race, so what the f*** else am I gonna talk about? This episode had it all. People were ripping each other off, people were getting robbed of wins. It's funny, because this was the challenge that they had to do cocktail attire, and like half of them did cocktail attire almost perfectly for the last challenge. I don't know. However, I do have to point out that I have forgotten to do rankings almost every single episode, and you guys, if you've read my blog, you know that there's nothing that I love more than rankings. Nothing. So, I will be doing them for this episode of 50 Seconds of Shade, so strap yourselves in because I'm about to make some bitches cry. Coming in 11th for me, and my pick for the elimination, unfortunately, was Tasha. As much as I love Tasha, this dress was terrible. I think that half of them had to like start over, and a lot of them looked like they started over and only had 4 hours to make their dresses. I've literally made better dresses in like 2 hours drunk and without a sewing machine. Sorry, Tasha. Anytime that you tie something around a design, it's literally throwing in the towel. You're literally like throwing in a towel to your design. In 10th place, and I am shocked that this dress was not on the bottom, especially given some of the bottom choices, which we will get to, is Majing. This is not a dress, you guys. This is like a weird geisha costume meets hooker meets, I don't know. There's something really weird about the fact that this guy is always inspired by his wife, and yet he keeps making like weird hooker dresses. Where did he meet his wife? At number 9, we have Cornelius. This is not a cocktail dress. This is like something that Michelle Obama would wear to the opening of like a preschool, which, to be fair, if the challenge was make a look for Michelle Obama to attend the opening of an inner city preschool, there you are, there you have it. It's probably gonna be over here. Number 8, Roberi. Again, this is not a cocktail dress. It's funny, a lot of these would look fantastic on Michelle Obama, and that's not just because my mind is elsewhere. Dexter. She looks like a hairy piece of shit. I'm sorry, like it's so bad. And then we have Brick. I have to make a very clear point right now. There was a very clear split to me between the top and the bottom dresses. There were like 5 dresses that I liked, and then there were like the rest of them were terrible. And Brick's was like the one that was like borderline. It's made well, like I have to give him that, but the proportion is so wrong. The fabric is so thick. I don't understand what gets into these designers' heads when they go to mood. Why did no one make like a flowy skirt? Everyone for the most part made the same exact silhouette. Anyways, I digress. Brick's looks just like a student project. This is the kind of thing that you do when you're a student, like you take like a basic form and you just draw lines in it. It's not a bad dress, but the material is too thick. It makes his model look super bulky. Like you can literally see it like sticking off of her. Then we have Rick. This is a very interesting design. It is not resolved well at all. If you're gonna go for these unconventional shapes, you can't really give them conventional construction, and that's kind of what Rick did. I think that this would have been a lot better if it didn't actually look like an apron. If he had gotten rid of the straps, I think that we would have been looking at a very attractive garment, but unfortunately because the straps are there, she looks like she's about to do some woodworking. Then we have Natalia. I know that Natalia was on the bottom, but that's because the judges were smoking a lot of crack, and because the runway was so full of literal in Dexter's case, actually. Really, I did not agree with the top and bottom at all. Natalia's dress got put in the bottom simply because it was not top worthy, but it was interesting. So they had to put it somewhere because there's just nothing that you could say about most of these designs, and that's a huge problem. Is this dress great? No, but it's interesting, so I have to congratulate her on probably having the most talked about dress of the night. Coming in number 3 was Erin. Listen, you guys, this is not something that Jenny would design. Jenny is struggling. I think she was in the bottom the past 2 challenges, and she probably looked over at Erin and was like, oh, Erin's getting praised a lot. Well, of course Erin's getting praised a lot. Erin does really interesting, relevant stuff. I just think that being in the bottom twice messed with Jenny's head really hard and she's just looking for any way to stay in the competition. Y'all, this is not okay. It's not Jenny's aesthetic. Jenny had a very definite aesthetic the first 2 challenges, and then she kind of just got lost. I think we're gonna see some really crazy ass stuff from Jenny here on out. Coming in at number 2 is Erin, because anyone with eyeballs could at least see that this dress was cocktail. It was interesting. It had design to it, unlike half of these other entries. Is it perfect? No. Are the feathers completely overwhelming? Yes. But does it have an actual idea to it? Yes. And I don't love the color. I don't really love this dress, but I love that it makes a statement and it looks like high fashion. It looks expensive. Even if it's not in the highest taste level, it at least is a design. Number 1, and who I would have chosen for the challenge, and it seems like who the judges would have chosen for the challenge if the producers hadn't been like, oh my god, storyline, is Laurence, who created probably one of the best made dresses that I have seen on Project Runway in several seasons. Heidi keeps throwing out the fact that she makes clothes that look expensive. She does. This looks like a $4,000 dress. This is a couture ass dress, y'all. Laurence is not to be played with at all. Thank you so much for watching this week. It's been an interesting journey watching this season of Project Runway, y'all. As long as I can drink through it, we're all good. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, shade, etc.